Hello, welcome to McKinnis Family Workshop. My name is Robert McKinnis. Today we're going to be talking about one of our most underappreciated tools, and that is our workbench here. Now, workbenches have been around for thousands of years. The very first ones were used by the Egyptians. However, instead of being made out of wood, those were made out of stone. And pretty much what they were just big stone blocks with different grooves cut out into them depending on what type of job they were being used for. Our first wooden workbenches were made by the Romans. They're very long, flat tables that were loaded to the ground, and they were planing workbenches. Pretty much they were used with a hand plane for planing down wood. Just as time went on, the workbench grew up, so it would be more at height to a person when they're working on it, and this is what we have today. So our workbench is a carpenter's workbench, and it's in a English or an American style. We know it's an English or American style by the vices that it has to hold down wood. So on our workbench here, we have two different types of vices. We have what's here called a leg vise. It is attached to what's called the front of the workbench, and you can open it up. It's called a leg vise because the bottom half of it is actually connected to the actual leg of the our workbench. Open up, we have our two jaws right here that we can put different pieces of work on. For instance, we can put down a piece like this and just tighten it up with our screw. And once it's nice and firm in place, we can do many different things with it. Here we can go and take our chisels and our mounts, and we can cut out our mortise and tenons. We've got our tenons in a groove right here. We're going to make like a window frame or a picture frame. We have this vise right here. We're going to close it up so we don't accidentally smack into it. Then we have another vise down here. That is known as a tail vise because it's at the tail of the workbench, which are ends right here. So this is a tail vise, and it's cut into the actual corner of the workbench. It makes like an L, and it opens the same way. Turn it the right way though. And it opens up depending on what we need. And this one actually has two jaws on it. We have the jaw that is right here. Then we have the jaws right here. So the vise is what actually make it a English or an American style workbench. The other style of workbench that is out there is called a French style. And French styles, instead of having vices to hold down wood, instead they will have holes cut into the top. And these holes, you would go and you put a pin in it to hold wood down, or you would put like a metal hook on there called a steadfast to hold your wood on. So either workbenches are going to use vices like this one, or they'll use pegs and hold fast. So one job of our workbench is to hold wood down so we can work with it. Our other job it has, it's nice and flat, so we can use it for planing. Workbenches are a little bit more than just a plain old table. If you try to rock this one, it's not going to move anywhere. It's very sturdy, so that when we're working on it, it's not going to move. Unlike a table like this one, which if you put enough pressure on it, it's going to rock on you. Then if you're doing something like sawing or planing, it's going to throw off your work. So workbenches are always quite sturdy. The nice thing about ours is that we also have shelves on the bottom that we will use and store wood at. And it is one of the most underappreciated tools in the shop because it is used for every single project that we do around here. From planing, the sawing, to doing different cuts. I'll even use it to help get down things high up as a nice little foothold, nice and strong, can even hold up my weight. But that is our workbench. So when you come out here to the farm, come and check it out. And we'll see you next time on the farm.